Wow.
Yeah, I need to
Oh
catch
yeah,
my bus.
you do need to go like a now.
Sorry,
That's okay.
Naomi who?
Naomi Klein. Naomi
Klein.
Klein. She's a way cool author,
Okay.
activist
I'm going to
journalist.
strobe.
And are we on?
Yeah.
Okay. Naomi Klein. She wrote a book called Shock Doctrine. Strongly suggest look it up. She also did a movie with her husband called The Take. You can get that on Google Videos. It's about Argentina, what Argentina did about the theft of the commons or theft of their
Hey, there's a bus
economy.
over there. Is that
Oh,
yours?
no, mine's going that way.
Okay.
Anyway,
All right.
I gotta go. Okay, see ya.
Love
See you guys.
you.
If
Bye.
I miss it, I'll be back.
See you tomorrow, Butler.
Awesome. So, I lost my viewer. They'll be back, but that was a bummer. It was a bummer. I got a call and then suddenly
Yeah.
it dropped. I have to change that setting 'cause that's ridiculous. Why would it do that?
Yeah.
So anyway, okay, so they'll be back. Um, so yeah, the whole water cycle. Do you define? Do you agree with that? Does that sound like a good way to define the region as the water droplets?
Not being very. I mean, I don't know all that much about environmentalism or bioregions, but to me, it makes a lot of sense from what I do know.
It's like those are our peeps.
Yeah,
That
I mean,
water
really,
molecule
water
is
the
one of
source
us.
life, and the water cycle is a really good way to define our region.
Yeah, I like it. You know, if the water falls here, it's going to continue to kind of fall here, and
Yeah.
it seems like there's that pattern. And
And it's something we're really proud of up in the Northwest. That since moving here, people are really proud of the water here and the quality of it, and
yeah,
just how fresh and crisp it is that the water has.
Yeah.
When you're hiking, it's really nice.
I am proud of the water. I drink that water there, and I tell people when they're looking at the drinking fountain, I was like, this is some of the best water in the United States.
Well, and you think about it too. I mean, what did our parents do and our parents' parents? They all survived by drinking tap water. This whole water bottle epidemic of, just the corporations trying to convince us it's healthier for us. We need this. It's better. It's safer. It's not. So
You don't
it's
have
just
to
a
guarantee
marketing
what's even
ploy.
in that bottle.
And they have a lot of these, I haven't had luck with them, the metal containers. But my steel always breaks. It just never works out for me. Plus, I don't drink out of plastic, so the top of it is plastic. So having some problems there. But I'm into the whole, like, if I need a water bottle, it's not going to be a disposable one. And I
Right.
don't drink out of plastic anyway. I'm not gonna, because they sit out in the sun, and so they're leaching chemicals right into that water. And a lot of those, like Arrowhead and a lot of these companies, what's that, Dasani? Dasani's tap water.
Yeah.
You have no guarantee where that water comes from. And I think the number one thing with bottled water is water should not cost money. Water is a basic.
Right, they're
necessity
stealing
for
something
human,
and then
right?
selling it.
Yeah,
I had
it's
somebody do that
ridiculous.
here. They stole one of the blankets that I bought, and they sold it.
Oh.
Right? Okay. Not cool. I don't know who does that, but that's what they're doing. That's what, they're coming in. And I don't know. How successful do you think the demonstration was at Nestle?
That was.
I think it was really good. We
phenomenal.
had a really good turnout because I was helping to organize it on the Occupy side with the other coalitions, or the other members of the coalition. And I mean, everyone worked their butts off, and there was a really good showing. We kind of got a little nervous. I was thinking like, oh man, I hope 150 people show up, but we got estimates of 250 to 300. So.
Yeah. That's what I
And
heard.
a lot
I
of
think
people
that-
came by looking for information, so anytime you can at least educate one person, you can then go educate another person.
The general public is very open to the issue, and I really have not gotten hardly any pushback of people in support of Nestle. in
No.
this, because
And
I mean,
how
it's-
about
it's such a
Cascade Lock
clear-
citizens? Were they there to learn?
I know that there's some issues with getting them completely on board because they're looking at the jobs being dangled in front of their
Yeah,
faces,
but
whereas
wow,
Nestle
those are
has
bad jobs.
they've lied before
Yeah.
and overestimated the jobs, and those jobs are going to be non-union temporary jobs for the
Yes.
most part, or they're
And
going to be
dangerous.
shipped in. The higher paid ones are going to be shipped in experts from outside. So it's really not. I think the estimates were maybe 12 jobs, and those are of the temporary type, are going to come to Cascade Locks, but in this kind of economy, that's what they're dangling in front of the city, and the city's going to make money off of it. So a lot of the residents, I think, are kind of almost going along with it or letting it happen, it seems like. Because we had a hard time getting people from Cascade Locks to come and support or even to speak up at city council sometimes. I think there was some issues with that, but they don't seem to be as as into it as the rest of the bioregion is, and I know that's some issue of them wanting us to stay out of their backyard and their business deals, but it affects everyone around here because there's some legalities with the
Right.
with the deal to where if that head dries up, they then have rights to start moving around the state
Oh, yeah.
and getting
It's
water
like a
rights somewhere
Walmart.
else.
Absolutely.
When you
So
let a
they're going to
Walmart
just start
in, another one
destroying
comes in.
every
Boom.
single place that we have. I mean, that if they can legally do it, there's no reason for them not to try.
Right.
So.
And that's another thing about Walmart is they push and people push back, and they push and people push back, and then they push and hey, it's a good day. Not a lot of people turned out, and then they go in. And
Yeah.
how much? I mean, you almost have to do like the timber people and tie yourself up to a the concrete
Honestly,
kids.
I mean, that may be what it comes down to because people, especially like in this bioregion, people are really passionate about the bioregion. And, that may have to be something that happens in the future, some nonviolent direct action that, is a bit more radical minded. I mean, if we can't.
Well, it shooed away up in Longview. It shooed away Bungie from outsourcing their labor and not going with the union. Could it possibly shoo away Nestle if we just keep getting more and more and more publicity to this?
Right. And I know the environmental groups especially are very much prepared for those kinds of actions, like with what happened with Earth First in Salem on Monday. So, I mean, mess with people's environment here. People care.
What happened with Earth First in Salem on Monday?
I don't have all of the details on who they protested against, but I think 6 people from Earth First were arrested by locking themselves in the Secretary of State's office, I want to say, or the Treasurer, down in Salem in the Capitol building to protest the, yeah, there was a banner drop on the flagpole too, but to protest the forced sales and also the tying of public funds, or the public education funds to forced sales.